The film starts and erosion of Earth is shown. Earth's condition is so damaged that staying is not safe at all. Some places are left for the human beings to stay, where they can survive while dwelling there. Earth's condition is because aliens had arrived on our Earth for many years ago. They assaulted on our whole Earth. Human beings fought with them bravely. Humans won the war from them, but Earth's soil damaged during this war. Many human beings also killed in this war. So many people were not survived on Earth now. In this situation, humans received harmful effect. It is called the condition of noise. In this process, any human which he is thinking good or bad, then the man before him detects this. As what is this man thinking and what is going on in his mind? Major character named Todd of the movie is shown here. Todd is wandering in the forest with his dog. One more strange fact of this village is this: where Todd lives, that there is no female there. There are only males. It is awkward. Why is it be so? But it will be revealed further. A priest appears before Todd as he is moving forward in the forest. He is a wicked priest. He is saying to Todd at this time, "Do good and perform virtuous actions. Neither you should think negative nor advance in such actions." It is obvious now that he was a wicked priest, so Todd thinks negative for him. But Todd tries that he may not know about my negative thinking. So he tries to sway hold on his thought, but in vain. He thinks bad before him. He thinks that this priest is by name. What do we need of him if no one will visit church? But this priest detects the thought of the priest. So he becomes aggressive on Todd and he punches him. When Todd comes back to his village, then Mayor's son is seen. He is not a good boy at all. He used to tease Todd. As being the son of Mayor, no one used to call him bad. Todd creates a snake with the power of his mind, and he teases that Mayor's son. Seeing this, Mayor's son becomes aggressive. Their fight is going to begin there, then Mayor arrives there. He stops them from fight. Todd thinks here once again, as he may not think again. So he controls his thoughts too much. He remains successful in this to a large extent and controls his thoughts. Seeing this, Mayor feels so happy, and he is also impressed on his ability. Because it was not a child's play to control our thoughts at this time. Even it was too difficult. It was not under the control of everyone. So Mayor appreciates Todd too much, and he is also complimented. Todd's father and uncle are seen when he returns to his home. Both were dining. Todd also begins to eat here. He begins to think that time when Mayor appreciated him. Then his thoughts are read by his uncle and father. They say to him, "Look, son, try to understand. Beware of Mayor. It is good for you because he is a wicked man." After this, scene moves and the space is shown, where a spaceship is passing near the Earth, but it is ignited because of an unknown reason. Due to this, that spaceship begins to crash. After this, Todd is seen, who is still in his village. Then he witnesses an unknown person belong to another place. So Todd chases him and reaches a forest, but that unknown person disappears from his sight. Todd reaches that place where that spaceship had crashed. Now Todd thinks to tell about this to Mayor. When he is going to his home while thinking this, then all people in surroundings are able to read his thought. It means they come to know about that spaceship. So they come to the home of Mayor while chasing Todd. Mayor goes to the forest to witness that spaceship after knowing about this. Then Todd also discovers that unknown person, who was not a man but a girl, and she had come from the same spaceship which was crashed. When Todd glimpses her, then he is not only astonished, but he was also feeling so good, as it had already been told that he never glimpsed a girl before. And it was the first time for him that he was seeing a girl in front of his eyes. Todd and that girl begin to stare at each other. Before this, Todd may communicate with her. Mayor reaches there with his team to capture that girl, whereas that girl tries her best to escape from there, but Mayor hinders her way with his thoughts. So that girl is seized and Mayor takes that girl to town after capturing. This girl tells her name here. "My name is Viola." Mayor tells Viola here when we confronted alien in the war. Then our all females come to their end in that battle. And aliens were the killers of our females. Viola also knows about the noise here, as this noise condition is only found in the males, not in females. All males have this condition noise, but they get control over their thoughts after a great practice. After this, Mayor says to his man, "Keep an eye on this female Viola." Saying this, Mayor leaves from there. After his departure, his son begins to check Viola's bag. He discovers a device from there. He was finding difficult to use this device. Suddenly, that device is activated. Due to this, flames begin to appear there. Mayor's son is so frightened on this, taking the advantage of this. Viola runs away, where Mayor's son starts searching for her with his attendants. Then Todd is seen who begins to hear some sounds from his hut. When he goes to check it, then comes to know these voices belong to Viola. It means these are hidden in the same hut. Todd comes to her. He says to her, "I am. Don't be afraid and be hidden here." Saying this, Todd comes outside. There is Todd's uncle and father outside. His father and uncle begin to talk with him. Todd exerts his best to hide his thoughts, but of no use. When he holds sway over his thoughts in somehow, then Mayor's son appears there and he begins to suspect Todd. But Todd's father returns Mayor's son saying, "There is nothing," because Todd's father and uncle had read and seen his thought. So they come to hut to see that girl Viola, whereas Todd's father and his uncle wanted as this girl's custody may be given to Mayor. But Todd did not want to do this, instead he wanted to help her. So Todd's father tells him about a village to keep Viola safe and sound. Todd is left shocked hearing about this village because he was just told that, because they cannot survive anywhere except this village, and someone who has tried to go outside from this, he did not return back alive. So why is Todd's father saying him to go from here? In spite of this, Todd agrees with this to keep Viola secure. It means he leaves the village. Todd's father says to him while going, "My son, hurry up and don't be late." Saying this, he also hands over a diary of his mother to him. Mayor approaches there with his companions before Todd is able to leave from there. Seeing this, Viola starts her bike and puts her bag on this, and she comes outside from there speedily. Mayor tries his best to stop Viola here, but Todd's uncle is wounded while stopping Mayor. He receives a gunshot, and Viola drives away speedily on her bike. Now Todd also goes after her on his father's suggestion. Todd and Viola jumps from a great height to escape from Mayor's men. Todd's horse is wounded while doing so. This horse is so injured that then it begins to afflict. To release its pain, Todd kills it. Now Mayor knows through the thoughts of Todd's father that Viola and Todd are moving to that village. So he goes after both of them, making Todd's father captive. Todd moves into the water there to hunt so they may eat. They both take meal later. They stop at a place because of the heavy rain. Then Viola tells Todd about her. She tells, "My parents have passed away. When my parents were flying in the spaceship with me, then they died at the spot because use of crashing of spaceship on Earth. I had been deluded about this world, and good expectations had been developed, as our life will be better landing on this Earth, and I will also find a shelter for living here. But nothing is as such here. It was false what I heard." Now Todd's heart becomes tender, seeing Viola upset and hurt, and he begins to feel attraction towards her. When he observes that no good response had been received on the part of Viola, as she does not take interest in him, then he begins to control his thoughts here. Finding difficulty in this, he sits farther from Viola. Next day, they reach a place while moving forward where many aliens were present. It means that it was the dwelling of aliens. As they enter their area, then many aliens attack them. Todd cuts a hand of an alien with his knife to avoid it. Viola says to Todd when he is going to kill an alien there, "Stop, don't kill it." Hearing this, alien returns back. Then Viola is so surprised because Mayor had told her that we have killed all aliens living here. How are these aliens present here? Why did they attack them? Then Todd says to Viola, "Don't overthink about these aliens. I despise them because they all are the killers of my mother and all the females of our village." Moving forward, they finally reach that village. Todd also observes the kids and females in this village, and it was the astonishing fact, because Todd had never been told about such a place before, nor it had also been told as the females also dwell here. The more surprising fact is this, as the mayor of this village is a woman. Viola and Todd tell Mayor the name of their town. Hearing this, Mayor makes them sit out of their house, then she takes Viola into the house to talk with her. Then some people come out of the house and try to tease Todd. Then Mayor comes there and orders them to leave, and she takes both of them inside the house. Mayor tells both of them here that there is bad colony, so Viola, you will have to check after going there. Who knows that your spaceship may be there? Then Viola says, "We will leave tomorrow to search for it." Now Todd tries to fall asleep but in vain. So he goes to Viola, holding the diary of his mother. He says to Viola here that, "I don't know how to read. Can you read it for me? What has written in this diary?" Then Viola reads that diary for him. Then this fact is exposed here that his village's other females and Todd's mother had not been killed by aliens but Mayer. As it had already been told, this noise condition was only in the males, not in the females. Then that Mayer was worried, so he used all people to avoid his affliction. He killed all those females. Now only those men live with the Mayer, who are positive, having the clean and good thoughts. Now Todd begins to feel fury on Mayer, thinking all about this. He becomes so aggressive that he wants to go to Mayer right now to kill him, because he has not his mother because of that Mayer, and he did not get mother's love till today, and he had been kept in this misunderstanding till now as aliens have killed his mother. Mayer also reaches with his men in this village. When the villagers hear their noise, then they detect that Mayer's men are arriving here. So they hurriedly takes out the weapons and get ready to confront all of them. Reaching here, Mayer makes all the villagers to surrender with the help of his thoughts at first. Todd moves to Viola to save her, but he observes that Viola has bound a man there. Actually, this man had come to kill Viola but she tied him here. Now Viola is getting ready to run from here. They glimpse the same priest there when they both escape from here, who had beaten Todd. They hide themselves in a hut to avoid him. Now that priest tries to come near them but there is a lady out of that hut, who stops him, firing his gun at him. Here Mayer says to Todd's father, "Go inside, because it is you who can bring Viola outside." When Todd's father goes inside, then Todd gets too angry with his father, because his father has not mentioned to a little bit about the Mayer, that Mayer has killed Todd's mother. Todd's father makes both of them flee to satisfy him, and he himself creates clone of Viola with the power of his mind. Mayer gets happy seeing the clone of Viola, but this excitement does not remain for a long time, because that clone Viola ends soon. On the other side, that priest is chasing them constantly. Then Todd and Viola board a boat and sails through the river, but that priest also comes into the river while chasing them. Somehow, he also reaches their boat and tries to pull Viola towards him, but Todd tries to pull her towards him to save her. In this struggle, their boats becomes topsy-turvy. Todd also pulls Viola towards him in the water, but it is seen that priest has also caught Todd's dog. Before this, Todd may stop that priest to kill his dog. That priest kills his dog before. As a result, Todd becomes so sad. Viola consoles him when she hears his voice. Then they move forward and go near the wrecked spaceship. This spaceship belonged to Viola. She begins to contact with her members, going into the spaceship, but she remains unable to send any signal because of the connection issue. Then Todd goes up to that spaceship hardly and restores the connection. Before this time, Viola may send any signal via internet. Then that priest reaches, who begins to hit her violently. He stops her and he is not allowing her to send any signal. Then Viola takes a device out from her pocket and sets the body of priest on fire. She is released after doing so and her signal is also sent. At the same time, Mayer is seen, who reaches here and threatens Todd. "I will kill your father. Just present Viola if you need your father's safe life." Mayer had said so here, that Todd may become emotional and gives Viola to him with no disturbance. When Todd does not tell a single word to Mayer, then he injures his father in front of Todd's eyes. Todd's condition is more disturbed, seeing the condition of his father. He had already hatred and aggression for that Mayer, but he crossed the limit now. So Todd attacks that Mayer and beats him too much. Mayer bruises him with a knife. He points his gun at Todd, throwing him away. Todd tries to escape from there but Mayer wounds him. Todd tries his best to escape from Mayer but he catches him somehow, and they reach that spaceship while running and fighting. Todd makes his mother and all those females stand before this Mayer with the power of his mind. All those who had been killed by the Mayer. Mayer is frightened seeing all those females. Now all those females begin to precede him. Mayer loses his courage here. Taking the advantage of this, Viola appears there and assaults Mayer. Later, she throws him from the spaceship. Todd is also badly injured here. Spaceship also appears there because of the sent signals by Viola. Witnessing that spaceship, Mayer's son and all his men flee. Todd finds himself in the spaceship of Viola while restoring his consciousness, where he observes that he is all right and he is also being treated, and he has also recovered to a large extent. Viola tells Todd here that, "You will live with me in the same spaceship after this." Todd gets exited hearing this, where Viola also leads him to introduce him with his spaceship's other people, and the movie completes on this scene.